So I figured I'd start recording because obviously I have more to say than I thought I did. And every time I get back to cleaning or working, what I want to say comes out. So I'm just going to work and talk. And you're more than welcome to sit around and listen. So earlier today we were talking about relationships and the responsibility of, like, you know, do you get to tell your partner what they can and cannot do? And I just think that's a really absurd question to be having as an adult. Like, how do you pick somebody that, first of all, you would feel like you have to instruct on what is good and not good? Like, how would you have to feel like you have to tell somebody, oh, well, you shouldn't wear that? Like, why are you with that person if that's a conversation that you have to have? Or, you know, I mean, I just don't understand it. Like, if that's how they dressed when you met them and it was fine, then how come after you decide to be with them, it's not fine? Like, the hypocrisy behind it. You know, find somebody that matches you. It's on your page. It's on your level. It's in your area of growth and development. You know, stop picking people that you think you can change, because you can't. You can't change anyone. Just like no one can change you. Now, you can change for someone. You can make that decision. But that's your decision. And it's going to require your effort. Just like they can decide, and it's going to require them. And outside of that, I don't see where this need to give random people advice based upon your relationship status works. How about we just focus on ourselves, being the best us we can be? Whatever happened to that? You know, I think in a lot of my relationships, I picked men who I thought would change for me or be some kind of way because of me. I thought that me would make them be some kind of way. But if people aren't that way already, what makes you think they're ever going to be that way? It's always mind-blowing to me as adults that we think we have some type of absolute power over people to get them to do what we want them to do. This is really dirty. And it's just not feasible. It's not smart. We end up setting up these expectations that get us disappointed. And then we want to say all men or all women are a certain way, which is not true. And you have to stop judging how you're going to become based upon somebody else's standards. Like, figure out what works for you. You're never going to be... And why would you want to change who you are for someone else's standards when that person may change what they like? So what, you're going to be running around chasing behind that person forever trying to change? No. Be the best you can be every day. Wake up with the best you in mind. And people that can't appreciate that shouldn't be in your life anyway. Like, if you're honestly being the best you, there should be nothing but appreciation for that. However, if you're an asshole, then now you have to ask your partner why they're sticking around. Like, we have choices. We're not stuck in any situation. So we don't have to settle. We don't have to wait for people. We damn sure don't have to wait for people to be happy. We just don't. And we're adults. We either are going to make the necessary adjustments, and we do it all the fucking time. We do it for jobs, we do it for groups, we do it for our social class. But it comes to our family and our loved ones, we want to hold up the show when it comes to growth and development. If you've got somebody in your life holding up the show on their growth and development, leave them there. Because all they're going to do is hold you back from your own focus on growth and development. That's all that's going to happen. Let's be a little fair about this. How about I move you guys to the other side of the room? Now you can really see me. It's not the most interesting thing to look at, but someone who can't respect your journey is going to do you damage. Too often, men and women are waiting for that person to understand them. I just wish they understood me. I just wish they understand where I'm at, understand what I'm going through. If they wanted to understand you, they would. Whatever you got going on is obviously interfering with whatever it is they got going on because they haven't taken the time to make it a priority. People make things that are important to them the priority. You don't have to ask them to. Proof of that is watch how they treat the other things that are important in their life. Just watch. They love basketball or traveling or having brunch with the girls. Watch how they treat those things. Their friends, their mama. I'll show you what's important to them and how they treat the things that are important. And if you're not getting at least the same amount of effort that they put into the other things that are important in their life, then you know where you stand. Stop second guessing it. Stop questioning it. There is no question. You don't have to question whether or not a person is in it for you. You know, listen to yourself. And then stop waiting for them to change. We give people so many chances and then wonder why it's not just one day they'll get it together. One day my ass. All you're doing is hurting yourself. Don't be that person. Don't waste your time. And most likely there is somebody out there that will appreciate you. But you're so busy stuck up somebody's ass who doesn't, you'll never see that. See, I'm not talking to the bums that know they need to grow up. Male and female. You know, because we all know our friends who just, no matter what, they ain't ready to be right. So I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to the people that are trying to be right who end up with the people who ain't trying to be right. You end up with the people who aren't trying to be right because it's a choice. Feel like you gotta settle, figure you're not good enough, whatever the fuck it is. And these people walk into your lives and they do damage. Like, I just don't understand how you allow it. We say there's somebody for everybody. That's bullshit, number one. Some of us need to be very content that if we decided to do things differently or break the mold or a generational curse, you're on a different journey than most of your peers. And normal shit is not going to be normal for you. So while everybody else is running around here doing normal shit and having normal expectations, your journey might be a little different. So you really need to know yourself. You need to know where the fuck you're at. And once you know you, then you'll know what's good for you and what you'll accept and what you don't accept. This is why they say loving yourself is best. Because once you love yourself, you'll know what is good for you. And that's the problem with too many women. Hold on, turn you around just a little bit. That's the problem with a lot of women, is that we weren't taught how to love ourselves. We didn't have people in our lives growing up that set that example for our mothers, you know? And so now we're running around here trying to find it all willy-nilly, and we accept anything. But you haven't even taken the time to figure out what do you like. And this is why men get so fucking frustrated. You can't even tell them what you want to eat. Where do you want to go? I don't know. How do you not know what you want to eat? And so, love yourself. And find somebody who loves the things that you love. Like, you really like Jamaican food, but your partner is a strict vegan. And every time y'all go out, y'all gotta fight about where to eat at. Let me ask you, how the fuck did y'all get together? Like, before you got to the point where fighting in a relationship was, because shouldn't be fighting to tear the relationship apart. You should be fighting to keep a relationship together. So at what point did you start fighting each other apart? Because didn't you like each other at one point? And I find it just amazing that people are with people they don't really freaking like. I just don't understand that. I'm okay that my mission is not for everybody. I was not oppressed. People ask me all the time, why you're single. And the answer has changed over the years why I'm single. My answer today is not the same answer I would have given a year ago. But I'm definitely sure about my answers. And it's not because I can't find the right man. It's not because there aren't no good men out there. It's not the issue at all. There's plenty of good men out there. And women out there. I don't deny that. But I'm not about to waste nobody's time that's not on my mission. And I'll know when I find my person. But I don't have to waste my time just because I want to be in a relationship. I don't have to go, and try to fix you to make you fit what I need. I can just sit around and wait and keep building what I need. And it's either here for me or it's not. And I'm okay with that. Because what I'm trying to build is way, way, way more important than my relationship status. Like, I just don't understand how people do that to themselves.